Well, this is just a quick update on my main columns that I'm building. When I first built these things, made them 2 feet by 2 feet by about 8 feet tall. These columns will be animated of one form or another. Last night I had started putting on the trim and hooking up some brackets to it, and realized that I could not open it up or have it activated like I wanted to without it hitting the ceiling. And then only way to really get it to work properly was to take it outside. During the test trials, I actually left one side of it opened up with no wood in it, so it actually cleared the rafters. But of course, last night when I hooked it up, it actually hit the light fixtures in the ceiling, and there's one still hung up. There's the other one hanging down. So it hit that thing, light went swinging back and forth violently. As you can see, there's not much room for that thing to swing through as it fell. And of course, I'm ducking and covering, waiting for shattered glass to be flying everywhere, and there's this final resting place and not a piece of glass broken. How lucky was that? That would have been a mess of broken light bulbs. So after sticking this thing outside and operating it a couple of times, I realized it really dwarfed the mini columns that I built. And so what I've done so far is I shrunk it down a little bit, so now it can actually be activated in the garage, hopefully, even though I haven't done it yet. But I eliminated a little over a foot off the top of it, and you can see there's a little bit of size difference there now. I'm hoping that doesn't dwarf the mini columns too much by doing that. Also left a lot of dead space up above it after putting on the trim. I put the trim there for certain reasons that make sense to me. So with having all that dead space, it just didn't look too natural. So I tried to split the difference in between what the bottom bare space would be and the top. Haven't quite figured out what I want to do with the center section of these things. Got some cool ideas. Don't know whether or not they're going to be feasible or not. Wish I had some of the ideas I got in my head out earlier, so I wouldn't have to rip this stuff all back apart. But all plans are due to change. We'll give a slight idea what I plan on doing with this thing. I will say that I really like Goth Gloom's Ruby's Flame, and Ruby's Flame may have a part of interaction with these columns. Right now I'm waiting on the fan to come in, or fans to come in for this. If I can actually get those to work right, then it'll probably play a big role in what these columns are actually going to do. If not, I've got backup plan 1, 2, and 3, which will cause me to rip these things all back apart again and refocus my ideas somewhere else on it. So there is the shorter version of it. Don't have the trim on it yet. I'll show you the functionalities of it in a later video. Hopefully the later video will be the final video. But hopefully these things will turn out quite nice, and maybe some of y'all might be a little bit impressed anyway. Ideas I got going on. Hasn't been any columns built like what I plan on doing yet. Kind of searched YouTube all over, and there's been a lot of things done with columns. A lot of really cool things, and I'm trying to think outside the box and do something that nobody's done yet. So there's my little update. Happy Halloween. Well, here's a sneak peek of one of my columns as far as one option that it's going to be doing. Trying out a couple of fans, a couple of different lights, a couple of different pieces of fabric. Don't have the Habati silk that Goth Gloom had recommended for his Ruby's Flame, but This is, don't know what this is called, just white fabric, I guess. I tried to pick out something that was sort of heavy duty, but yet it's not see-through like Chocolate Blooms, Donna Mary's, which is basically where I got the idea from. Great suggestion from them on using the 200 CFMs for the fans. I did not get the fans that they had, but I got something equivalent. The blades are a little bit thicker, I guess, because my fabric has definitely got caught up in the fans during testing, and it definitely ripped up the fabric, but it did not rip up the fan. So there is the flame. Zoom in a little bit more. Don't know if I should cut it down a little bit or try to cut it at an angle or just leave it alone. I guess if it works, don't bother it, huh? So there's another little quick pick. Happy Halloween.